Hello and welcome back. So these are from our front garden. We've got quite a few roses out there and we use them as cut flowers. So Sarah's challenged me to fill all these with our roses. So these are the Desdemona. They smell really, really nice. That's the Desdemona. And we've got the Olivia as well. That's probably a better one to show. Actually, that's probably a better one to show. And these are ones that I previously cut. So there's quite a lot there and I've got quite a lot of flowers. So I'll bring it back in a bit. Right, it's really nice in here. I've got the window open here and it's just wafting over a nice breeze. And I'm getting this lovely smell or fragrance from these. And they're not even open yet. So I may never make a florist. But I think I've done a real good job there. I know Sarah's going to change things around, but I think that's a good effort, that is. Get marks for effort. But I didn't fill these real small ones. We've got plenty of more buds on them at the moment. And it's just nice to actually use them up in the house rather than, I know it's nice when we pull in, but it's nice to use them and get that fragrance. These, this one and that one were cut about 5 or 6 days ago, so they do last quite a bit. Right, so I think this is going to be the last time I actually use this table, and it's been nice to do it with all these flowers. I'm going to take it out now. What I need is space upwards. These cucumbers need to be potted on, I think, into something a bit more substantial and get a cane in there so they can get tied in. The tomatoes, they desperately need to get potted on, so I need vertical height now. So I'll put the other 2 shelves back in and I'm going to see what else can actually go out as well. So I'm going to do that in the mornings, so the next time I pop up on this video it will all be done. It's just going to be a slow process in this heat. It's yeah, it's got to be done in an early time. So this is so nice now that I've got vertical growing space and I'm really needing it. Look at the size of these cucumbers. They desperately need to get into a bigger pot and to be staked up. Getting quite a few little cucumbers on there as well. So that's on my job list to do. It's the same for the tomatoes. They are also desperate to be potted on now. They got the first flower truss, which that needs to come off. And yeah, sweet peas, they need to be chopped down. The courgette's doing really well. Everything's flying in this heat and it's really hard to catch up and also to try and keep it watered. I've only just come in and watered these tomatoes. These are my spares which I'm going to be giving away, and they were quite drooped over. Right, so where do I start? On a plus note, the roses are looking fantastic now inside the house and we've got plenty more to pick. So they'll be out again in the next couple of days and pick a new load of them. So onto this cucumber now. Now I'm not going to pot all these up on camera. In fact, I don't think I've got time to pot any of these properly up on camera. But we'll see how we go. So this cucumber definitely needs potting up, but it's the first time I've ever done one in the greenhouse. I think I did one the very first time we had the greenhouse, but that was only a partial greenhouse. We didn't have all the glazing at the time. So I've been looking up and they're saying 15 litres or at least 12 inches in depth. So let me go and show you the pot that I'm going to be using. Right, so I'm going to use one of these 11 litre pots. Now, I know I haven't got enough literage there, but what I am doing is planting it on top or putting it on top of the compost. Now, I know at the moment I've got them all in the gravel trays, And that's because last year I had all these ants. I even tried nematodes, and what the ants did was actually carry the nematodes out of the pots that were affected with the ants' nests. So that didn't work. I just had to get rid of the whole plant in the end. So these will be going on top of the compost, so they could always root through. Now I know the tomatoes root through to a huge amount. Last year I pulled one out and the leader, or the root, was around about that length, so it had gone right the way across. And that's another reason why I actually water all the containers, but then once a week I also water the compost. Now at the moment I'm a bit behind on watering the compost, and that's another one on the jobs list to do. It's a very long list at the moment. So back to this, is it does say you need 15 litres, but this is 11 litre and it is over 12 inches, plus then I've got the extra 200 depth of compost, so hopefully that's going to be all right. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I'd be doing that off camera, because if I rush that, because I've got a limited amount of time, if I rush that now, I don't want to damage those. They're pretty delicate stems at the moment. And then also onto the tomatoes. Again, I'll be using these for the tomatoes, and I will be planting them quite deep. Now, hopefully that's focusing in, and you can see these little white nodules. Those white nodules are starting of roots. Now what that does mean, I know they're called advantageous roots. There's also a reason why they're there. There's two reasons. One, because it's in close proximity to water, so it's trying to add additional roots. Or two, it's stressed out. And I think this plant is definitely stressed out, which I said I wasn't going to do. I said I was going to pamper these, but at the moment I'm just playing catch up. This heat has brought everything on so fast, and the amount of watering that we're having to do. So my watering system will be coming in soon, but I've still to buy the parts for that. So we'll get there. And the next thing I'm going to do when I pot these up is I'm actually going to cut off the first truss. This is something, I've got these scissors again, I'm dangerous with them. This is something I've never done before, but doing research, what they say is if you've got a first truss on the plant, and obviously in this small pot, the roots aren't formed, so any energy from those roots, any goodness, is going to go directly to the truss and not to the plant. Now what I have got is a second truss. I'm going to leave that on, because by the time I've actually got round to potting these up, then hopefully the root system is a lot healthier to actually carry that second truss. So here we go. Honestly, this goes totally against the grain. Where should I cut that? No, I'm just going to cut it there. Now what I have got also on this, and this may be a system, maybe something that shows you, I've got a double-headed flower, so maybe that's telling me also that it hasn't got enough goodness from the roots to form the proper fruit. Right, just to show that it's not just an odd occurrence. Now maybe just because these are both potato leaf tomatoes, that's the Bloody Butcher and that's the Lotus, that both of these have got a double-headed flower on. So have you got any double-headed flowers already started on yours? I'm not really looked into the reason why yet on those, and there's so much information to actually learn. So any comments about these, please do. I rarely get any comments, so any comment would be nice. Right, let's take a close up of these before I destroy that truss as well. Right, so they've got a little bit leggy, and we're on to what we're on there, 4th, 5th, and we're on to the 6th leaf there. So I know they say you need to pinch them out, and you need to pinch them out around about 3 leaves. What I'm going to do is on the 4th leaf do it, because they're just a little bit leggy. And this is what I did last year, because I was late again last year. So that's that 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is on 1, 2, 3. So I am going to pinch that one just out there. As you can see, this one's already got, I mean, this is helping me already. It's already got one leader stem coming off there as well, and another one there. So we're already into multi-stemmed sweet peas already. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go, that's a little bit more easier to handle, and they should be going out in the next couple of weeks. Once the mesh, the net is off the onions, then they'll definitely go out, because what I need to do is harvest some of the onions early as salad onions, because I've just crammed them in. So while I was pinching these out, I actually noticed something. So if I count those leaves, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the 4th one, as it always seems to have a tendril on it. It may be just these sweet peas, but that's what I'm going to be doing, is on the 4th one, because I can't actually tell whether these 2 leaves there are classed as one. So if I go for the 4th one, then I'm hedging my bets there, aren't I? Actually go for the 5th one. I think that's what I'm going to do, is always go for the first tendril. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one's got the tendril there. What do you think? How do you pinch out yours? Do you always go for the 3rd one? Or do you just go as random? Right, that all went totally against the grain, and I can actually start to see side shoots on the cucumbers as well. And that's going to be something else I've got to try and look up, because everything now at the moment I'm trying to do is going against the grain. Pinching out the sweet peas, cutting off the flower trusses, the first flower trusses on the tomatoes if they haven't been potted on. And then I've got to look at the side shoots. Again, it's this one here. That's got a side shoot. So let me know if you leave any of the side shoots on the cucumbers, because everything at the moment is just going against the grain of cutting and chopping all these plants that we've really cared for so long, and also learning to be ruthless. These are the ones that I'm going to be giving away. These are going to somebody who does a lot of cooking for widows. So they have an allotment, so they just take any of our spares. So that'll be all right for them. So while I'm doing this compost and stop withering on, here's a herb hedge. Right, it's time to get these lettuces out. If they stay here any longer, they're going to bolt. And what I'll also probably do is get the blue dazzle out in the top bed as well. And I think I've got a couple of chards in there. Yeah, the sun gold. Sunset it is. Right, I'm going to get those out, and then I'll have more space to store more stuff here. So what we'll do is I've started watering and prepping the beds, and what I'll do is I'll actually move these when those beds are in shade. Right, so that's the lettuce beds done. And I'm really looking forward to these lettuces. They're really good and healthy condition at the moment. And I do need to get a netting over here. I need to get a netting quite a long way down here. I'm a bit worried about the pigeons, but at the moment they've left them alone. And what I did notice last year, especially on the Laurel Rossi, is they didn't touch them. So fingers crossed I can get away with it before getting a net up. I've just run out of steaks, so we've got a few on order. I could probably take a couple from the radish bed and maybe get them down there, and then some bamboo at the back. Because I don't want to lose this now. It does look really good as well. Good enough to eat. Right, just nibbling on some of the rat tail radishes in between filming. So this is actually now starting to create I've got absolutely loads of them, the proper pods now, so they're nice and thin. So I'll probably go through that in another video of how they've changed and why I think I was getting the large pods at the start. So my next job is getting all the peas in. I've got plenty there. I've got 40, so that's half a trough. So what I'll do is I get another lot going because I've just left these and they desperately need to go out. But at the same time, I had real problems last year. I don't know whether you have this. Is all the sparrows were eating all the young shoots and all the leaves off the peas. So what I need to do is time it that these go in when the new stakes come, so I can actually protect it. So at the moment I am just slightly watering these and keeping them going. It's a good way, because there's 40 seeds there, so it's round about, I think I got 20 seeds in each row, 2 rows, it's round about that length. So it's a good way of saving space at the moment, and they have been like that for quite a while. I desperately need to get them out, but I also need the netting to protect them, or they'll just be gone. Right, this border is really working well. It's bringing in a lot of bees. So this is the Italian herb Stradolo. It's also named skull pit, and this really works really well in this border. It's his 3rd year, and when I bought the seeds, it says it was only an annual. So we're quite surprised every year that he comes back, especially with some of the minus temperatures we get in the early winters. But I think it works really well with the pink sensation. Now I was expecting this to only be about that height this year, but this year with the sunshine, it's really growing. But we just love the way it sways in the wind. We've got this whole border swaying in the wind and right on cue. And it's a bit like, what's the name? Gypsophilia. You know, you get in the flowers. It's all about flowers this week, isn't it? Should be a florist, and yeah, it's working really well with it. So every year now we're going to get this combination with the pink sensation and this Stradolo, and yeah, the flowers on them are like a dainty bell as well, and the bees just hang in there quite often. So it's really fascinating just to sit here at times and just watching them with just swaying as well in the background. But what it has done now, because it's got a good height, it is now creating an actual hedge. So we've actually got a hedge of this. So yeah. Now I've never used it as culinary, but apparently it's a culinary, a mix between tarragon, French tarragon and another one. But we haven't yet used it. So if you got any recommendations on how to use this, I think it goes with pizzas and various other ones. I'm just watching these bees here. They're loving these. Right, I've only just mixed some of the compost, but I'm also running out of time for getting this all filmed today. We've got other things to do. So what I'm going to do is just leave the video here at the moment, rather than rushing. You know, I've done enough damage already today, cutting off those trusses and yeah, whatever else I've got to do with these cucumbers. And I don't want to cause any more damage than just because I'm rushing it. So what I'm going to do is just slowly get on with potting on these tomatoes, and then hopefully next week I've got everything all done. So if you have got any advice, tell me, you know, I've got things wrong, don't cut off any more of those trusses. Please let me know in the comments. So like I always say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again.